Hi guys, Chosma Reactions, and this video I'm going to react to episode 7 of season 1 of Dark Angel. Let's get into it. How the... Okay, is she one of them? Because how the heck is she still alive?
You'll wear it and you'll like it. You can also say goodbye to the graffiti in this place and hello to a nice fresh coat of institutional beige, as well as digital locators so I can keep tabs on you deadbeats at all times.
Oh, screw privacy.
Fascist wet dream of yours normal?
From our soon-to-be new owner, Mr. Gurmukh Sivapada who's on his way from Bangalore, India as we speak.
I need your help. I'll explain everything when I see
Are you contacting Zach?
See if you can get the committee to come up with more funds so I can bring Manticore to stage 3.
Stage 3?
You know it, Dak. But with these people, it always comes down to the same thing, X5. You need to be able to tell them that you're making progress.
What do you think I'm in Seattle for, the weather? Closing in on one right here in the city.
Mr. Multiples is back in town.
Oh, okay.
Brain.
Well, I guess I got my answer if he's ever going to return. Yes. Not in the best shape, however.
You're not my CO, Zach. You know what, you can worry about OPSEC for the both of us, but I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get her back.
Yeah, how? She's probably halfway to Manticore by now.
I don't think so.
Stay out of this.
In case you
Don't
haven't
point
caught
at
on
him.
by now, this girl's gonna do what she's gonna do no matter what you or anyone else says, so you've got two choices. Back off or pitch in.
Everything was chill until this Silver Papa Spinderella decided to make Jam Pony part of his business empire.
Maybe he'll change his mind when he sees the place.
Or maybe we could help him.
I don't know. What do you mean?
I don't know. We're just gonna gotta think this bitch through.
No, before I forget to mention it, I do really like that the... I guess Max, her friends also have a life of their own, and not just... Well... How do I say it? That even when they're not hanging with her, we're still seeing their interactions. We're still seeing what they're busy with, you know? I really like that. Makes it feel more, I guess, real.
Looks like he was on the fast track until 95. His wife was murdered. Killer was never found.
Probably did it himself.
Alcohol and drug abuse program rehab for military personnel. As in, my name's Don. I'm an alcoholic.
Place to start. You coming?
And our objective is what? All the black coffee we can drink?
Find the man, he'll lead us to our objective. Or did you sleep through Recon 101?
Is being snarky part of your guys' DNA?
Notwithstanding.
What you need is strength of mind, willpower, and character. Alcoholism is not a disease. It's a failing. You've turned it into a church. You worship at the altar of self-pity. I come to these rooms for one reason. To remember what I don't want to be.
I'm surprised that no one is stopping him.
You were.
So obsessed with perfection, but never failing. Oh. Oops. Yeah, that green stuff.
Up the back, come on. You still so angry? You haven't changed much, have you, Zach?
We'll play pin the name on the barcode later. Answer the question.
And who might you be? John D. Maybe? Tinga? Max?
You're saying someone kidnapped her so they can sell her to the highest bidder?
Is that so surprising?
No.
Each one of you is worth millions.
Why should we believe you?
A weapon system like Bryn doesn't come up for sale every day. Let me contact my people.
Logan has contacts with the military. Maybe he can shake something loose.
Go. I'll stay here and work on Lidecker.
I think something tragic might happen while I'm gone.
I wouldn't really call it tragic, more like permanent.
Thank God.
We have been advised by the Center for Disease Control that this building is under full quarantine. Anyone attempting to leave the building will be shot on site. Thank you for your cooperation.
So what is it between you and Max?
I don't know. Something. I just don't know what.
Emphasis on
Yeah.
something.
What do you have for me? Okay,
Chinese military's been trying to procure biosynth technology on the black market for the last few months.
The biggest threat to her safety is you.
How do you figure?
She should have gotten the hell out of Seattle a long time ago. She knows it's not safe here, but she stayed anyway because of you. She ignored her training and let her judgment be clouded by feelings and emotions. And one day, it's gonna get her killed.
Nice seeing you. That was a great talk with Logan. Thank you for that. He will definitely feel a lot better now. I see his point as his ex-point, but...
Can I have some water, please?
Fresh out. I'd spit on you, but it'd be a waste of good saliva.
I recognize the voice now. You're the journalist from the genetics conference.
Oh, fuck.
Rachel Glasser, wasn't it?
Why is there logical thinking
How
in
severe
here?
are they? The seizures, I mean.
I don't know what we look like.
We'll worry about that when we get Bryn back.
For the record, I don't like this.
Noted.
Well, he already knew what Max looked like, so...
You've got one of my kids, Jake.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're planning on selling her to the PRC, and it kind of worries me.
What the fuck? Okay, that was kind of cool.
I thought you might have a problem with this.
These kids wouldn't exist without me. Like the two I brought with me to sweeten the pot.
Oopsie, oopsie.
Really? You're not gonna die, man. And neither am I.
How long do we have to do this? I think he already gets the point. I really don't think he's interested in buying this place. Okay,
Sleep
okay.
with two girls at the same time.
How is that even the same as...
You ever done that?
Yes. Guess you can postpone that skinny dip in the Ganges for a while, eh, Mr. Sue? Get away from me! Get out of here! I'm getting out of here!
Traumatized for life. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't even need glasses for that. What the hell?
Bryn, it's me.
Why does she look
Max.
way older?
It's a spontaneous, rapid mutation of the genome. Expresses in the form of highly accelerated aging. 3 of the X5 group developed.
3?
She's the 4th.
4 from the
As
12?
far as I know. We're gonna need to ice her down to bring down her core temperature, slow down her metabolic rate.
You're just a bottom-feeding pimp, peddling flesh for the Benjamins.
It's a little more complicated than that. Permission to address your
It always is.
Go right ahead.
All right, listen up. Under no circumstances is anyone to interact with the prisoners.
Cut it out.
Already coming closer.
You gonna shoot me? Because I don't think your boss be too happy about that.
I said cut it out!
Relax. Or do you want me to gnaw through your bars? Oh, much better.
Ice?
Sure.
Are you gonna be knocked out now?
So, we got a deal?
You know, Deck, I've known you too long to quibble over percentages. Life's too short.
Oh! Oh! Well, that works as well. That works too.
I repeat, do not open those cells!
Too late, you idiots, too late. Showtime!
You think I didn't know you'd betray us, then turn around and betray Sanders?
If you take Bryn, she'll die. You can't do anything for her. Let my people take care of her. They've done it before. With other X5s.
She's getting weaker.
We're together right now. That's all that matters.
Can't just let her die.
Anything's better than going back there. You said so yourself.
I don't want to die. Please, don't let me die.
Bryn, you're gonna be all right. And someday, no matter what happens, I'm gonna come for you. That's a promise.
Well, I'm happy they let her make the choice herself. You know, it's her choice. But I'm pleasantly surprised that Zack let her make that decision.
There's a lot of players out there, Normal, and they just ain't worth hating on.
Yeah, still. It's a great opportunity. I just wish it could have worked out.
How'd you leave it with Zack?
He grunted something that sounded like goodbye and then disappeared into the night.
Sounds like him.
You should cut him some slack. He probably had a rotten childhood. You need to be more careful yourself, you know. Because now Lydecker knows what you look like.
She would require reindoctrination. She was outside a long time.
Reindoctrination.
What about the other two?
They can't hide forever.
Creepy ending, creepy ending. Well, another great episode of Dark Angel. We very quickly got Zack back. I was wondering if we got to see him. Well, we will get to see him again, and we did. And I'm glad we did. And I definitely liked him a lot more in this episode than the previous one. And it also made me realize that I was wrong about him, because I thought that he wasn't able to get certain feelings, or, you know, was a little bit too hardened, maybe. You know, understandably, but still. But this episode made me more feel like he does have feelings. He is very human, just as Max, but he kind of wants to pretend that it's not the case and he can just easily focus on the mission and all that. But the fact that even though it was obviously a bad situation, even though it was obviously going to end bad, you know, him showing up when Bryn called him, that already showed me that, you know, he isn't as rational as he would like us to believe. And my favorite scene of him was definitely when in the car, him and Max and Bryn, when they were, you know, I guess kind of fighting over each other, or fighting for themselves about whether they should take this deal with Lydecker, whether they should give Bryn over, hand her over to him. And, you know, I am, once again, very pleased that they both, but especially Zack, made her let the decision herself. Because we don't know how it will end up. I mean, we did get to see that she is no longer very, you know, aged. She looks younger again. But what is going to happen to her? Because they were already talking about integrating her, you know, I guess kind of brainwashing her. Make her more like the perfect little soldier that I want them to be. So, you know, my guess is, and I hope it's the wrong guess, that she will show up at some point and be like an enemy. Because so far, you know, it's for Max and Zack, it's quite easy for them, you know, to fight the bad guys because, you know, they're super soldiers. But what if one of their own is fighting them? So I wouldn't be surprised if she shows up as an enemy. But I don't know, the car scene was definitely one of my favorite scenes. And I was very surprised by seeing how, you know, seeing Zack cry. I thought he did a good job there, the actor, portraying that scene. I also kind of, you know, even though it wasn't nice for Logan, and I don't want Logan to be hurt, I also enjoyed the Zack and Logan scenes. I don't know, I like the tension that was between them, where, you know, Zack obviously doesn't really like Logan, and Logan, you know, Logan does want to help him, but of course you also don't want to be, you don't want someone looking at you with the stink eye. But it was kind of confronting. Zack was kind of confronting Logan, but telling him that that because of Logan, because of him, Max will end up dead, because she knows that she can't stay here. She knows that she should go, but because of one of the factors, but mainly because Logan, she's still staying here. And he took that very seriously, and that really explains the, you know, one of the last scenes when he told Max that she needs to be more careful. So he is very worried about it, and he is, you know, he is scared that one day it will go wrong. But he knows as well that you can't stop Max. So you either have to help her or you have to back off. He said it himself to Zack. We also got to see more of Lydecker, and, you know, it was already clear, but once again showing us that he truly believes his own convictions. Whatever his reasons are, whatever the reason why he's so obsessed with see people like some kind of machines, using them as some kind of tool, to shape them in a way that you can use them in a way that, fits best for you. It's not exactly sure how the hell that happened. I mean, we got a little bit more background about, when his wife got murdered after that is really spiraled out of control. So maybe there's something with who murdered his wife. I mean, they were kind of say that they were surprised he killed his wife, but I don't think so. I think someone else is responsible, and maybe because of that he got this weird obsession. Whatever the case is, I found it very unlikely that that will redeem him. But again, not every character has to be redeemed. Sometimes it even annoys me when they desperately want to make an evil character not evil. In my eyes, the things he's all done so far, unredeemable. He can say things like, "Oh no, Max, you've seen those things through a children's eyes." Like, please, as if a normal adult person would see what you're doing with children, see you shoot children, see you almost drown children, all in the name of making them better soldiers, and be like, "Oh no, I get you, I feel you, mate, I totally understand you, we have to make super soldiers, so yeah," like, no. So it's definitely a little bit, mysterious still, Lidecker, but, I mean, we do know more about him, but also know about him, going to this, AA meetings where he's also, blaming people themselves for, I guess, their shortcomings, and once again, why was nobody stopping him? So yeah, I don't like the guy, but there is definitely potential there. I don't think he is uninteresting, but I'm also not gonna sit here and say that he's like the most interesting film I've ever seen. That's not the case. But he does have some good scenes, and I am, intrigued what else they're going to do with Lidecker, and what else of kind of threat is going to be. Because so far he doesn't really. I think that's the thing. I don't think he's a bad character, but he doesn't really feel as a threat that much. Maybe at the beginning, but now I'm like, Max and sometimes Zack, so Max and Logan, they're gonna find a way and it's gonna be all good. So it does help that in this episode he knows what Max looks like and what Zack looks like. Speaking of which, I appreciate the fact that, contrary to a lot of other shows and movies, that he was actually able to recognize the voice. I was kind of thinking by myself, like, hey, would he recognize Max's voice? Well, she's kind of shouty, so maybe not. But then when he literally said to her that you were the reporter at the hotel, that definitely scared me for a second there. That really, caught me off guard. But again, I appreciate it, because there are a lot of, again, movies and shows, I feel, where people are just using the normal, regular voice, and even though the person can't see them, I'm still like, are you telling me they won't recognize the voice? So that's good. I don't know, I just want to point that out. I appreciate that. Let me just check. But then, during the episode, I also pointed out that I enjoy the fact that the friends also having their own lives, not only when Max is with them, but also when she's not there. But I kind of wish that the side storyline of them was a little bit, there were less scenes. Maybe that sounds a little bit contrary or like weird. But the thing is, again, I enjoy that they're having scenes on their own, but this kind of storyline, making sure that their jobs wouldn't be, bought off by some party they don't even know, and if they will change and all that. It was funny at the start, but then it dragged on a little bit too much for me, and at a certain point, the differences between the two storylines were, to me personally, a little bit jarring. I mean, we had those pretty dramatic scenes with Max, Zack, and Bryn, and then we suddenly had those very silly scenes with the friends, at the work, and the potential buyer. So I wish the story was a little bit more quickly solved or resolved. But those are like very minor points. Overall, very good episode, and I'm excited for the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.